Boom! We're live. It's Chris Igoe Home Group, powered by Remax Direct. It is Thursday. I want to say it's the 30th. Pretty sure it's the 30th. It's the 30th. January 30th. We are closing out January. We are 1 month down, 11 more to go on our quest for 30 million in production. I am extremely fired up. It all starts with, well, for me, it starts with the daily actions that help me commit to my process, and I detach from the outcome. I continue to hammer through and pursue my goals. Now, I'm not going to sit here and point the finger and tell you what to do. What I will say is that for me, it starts with, what's up, Matt? It starts with these daily actions, and it's daily commitments, small little micro commitments that you continuously click the box, or I continuously check the box to create momentum. And eventually that momentum just builds and builds and builds and creates a tidal wave of success. So if you, so first of all, thank you for watching on Facebook. If you're out there on Facebook watching, I would beg you to please click the links, join me on YouTube. We're looking to build out that channel, so I'm live streaming on both. And if you are new to my channel on YouTube, I'm going to document my journey. I started this journey 3 years ago in a Facebook group. I was basically hopeless, ready to quit the business. I was on fumes financially. I was broken. I was basically done. And yet I had a moment of clarity. I had an epiphany. I was at a in-person not boiler room. We now do a boiler room boot camp event, but I was at Joshua Smith's Mastery Alumni in-person event, and I did a role play with somebody else out there. And in that moment, I just had this epiphany that I needed to connect with my superpower, which was getting on the phones, and commit to doing that on a daily basis, which is what I've done. So I started that journey on Facebook in a Facebook group. And if that's where you're watching, again, thank you. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. But now I'm going to YouTube, and I'm hoping to inspire and help more people get better on the phone, win the day, win the week, win their lives, and level up across the board. So for me, it starts with cold calling. I'm going to share my journey every day. I will commit to the daily triple-headed monster, which is the expireds, the canceleds, and the for sale by owners. And I will share that with you. If you have questions, concerns, comments, whatever it is, anything I can help with, reach out. I'm happy to help. And that's it. So my business went from roughly 3 million in production when I started the group to was this right? If it was 3 years, or was it 2 years? 2 years. 2 years of this group. Scratch that. 2 years, not 3 years. 2 years. So it went from 3 to 10 to 14. And I'm trending right now for somewhere in the neighborhood of 24 million, but I know the momentum grows. So for 2020, I'm shooting for 30 million in personal production. So that is the mission statement. I'm going to share it with you, and here we go. The big 3-0. At first, I said 2020 is going to be the year of 20, but fuck that. We're going 30. We're doing big things. We're getting shit done. And when I point a finger at you, I got 4 more pointing back at me. So what do you say about that? All right. I'm having too much fun here. There are 10 records to call for today. Of those 10, they are mostly in price points that I am really not interested in speaking to. So only 3 are going to be people I want to talk to, which is fine. We're going to call them now. And we are going to win the day. All right. So my process is simple. I'm taking the Vulcan 7 data, which is vulcan7.com. I import that into the Mojo dialer, which is mojosells.com. What's up, Mike? And then I just crank through the list. Now, with only 3 records to call, this is going to be a very short session, but I'm going to go a little bit more into mindset here. So, these people are getting bombarded with phone calls, right? There's a lot of people. There's a ton of activity. There's a ton of competition. They were on the market. They hired somebody else. Their agent failed them. And today their listing, or last night, their listing expired. So everybody's giving them a call. And most of the people that call them sound terrible. So they're going to be punch drunk. They're going to be a little bit testy, and you got to be able to survive the initial blow off to be able to actually elocute and say what you want to say. So you got to be tough, right? And what I want, the mindset that I go into each of these calls with is I'm a real estate professional. I'm offering them a high or a valuable service. We are the best at what we do, and we need to help them get what they want, which is to be able to sell their property, get more money than they ever thought possible, and move on with the rest of their life. So I believe I've got a fiduciary, and I believe this. Like, this isn't bullshit. This isn't me just, yumming you. The truth is, I believe I have a fiduciary responsibility to help them get what they want. And I also know that there's another 39,000 agents in my market out there that are that do less than 10 deals or more a year. So I don't want them wasting their time with these other agents. I want to be in front of them. I want to help them get what they want. And then I want to do an amazing job. And that's how my business grows. So, all right. So that's the confidence I'm bringing to each one of these conversations. I'm going to continue to push through and push them through to get to where I want them to be, which is setting an appointment with me. And if they hang up in the process or tell me that I need to go F myself, well, I don't really care. Selective amnesia is your friend, as long as it's not early onset Alzheimer's, which is not your friend. All right, so here we go. Before I get started, one more thing. We are constantly helping buyers from around the country and around the world buy homes here in South Florida, and we love it. So if you or anyone you know is thinking about moving to South Florida ever, we service all of it from Jupiter down to Miami, everything in between. So Boynton, Boca, Delray, Lake Worth, Coral Springs, Parkland, everything in Broward, everything in Dade, everything in Palm Beach County. And St. Lucie. I mean, we're literally everywhere. So if anyone is thinking about moving here ever, we would love to help. We'll pay you, if it's applicable, we'll pay you a fat commission, and we'll make sure they get what they want and get them the best deal possible. All right. So without any further ado, here we go. I think 1 6 0 3 7 9 2 2 1 4 5.
You are now logged into the Noto Dollar. Please.
What's up, Don? We're doing big things. What's up, YouTube? We're doing big things. Oh, hit the start button. Hit the start button. Oh, I actually need to hit a start button here. Where did the there we go. We recently moved. This was in my garage. I didn't even know I had it, but who can't get behind the finger? Hello, this is Chris Igoe with Remax. I record my calls for training purposes. I noticed your property listing was canceled in the MLS. I was curious, how on earth did the property not sell? Yep, can you hear me? Ooh, she hung up. Since there are only 3 records to call, let's just call her right back. Call her back. Call her back. If you mess with the bull, you get the horns. Or you spill it all over yourself.
1 7 5 5 3 6 5 5 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hello, this is Chris Igoe with Remax. I'm giving you a call. I noticed your property listing was canceled in the MLS. I was curious how on earth the property did not sell. We specialize in selling properties just like yours in Royal Oak Hills. We've sold 15,000 homes since 2008. We're averaging 1 a day. We've got active shoppers looking for properties similar to yours in Boca Raton. I would love an opportunity to bend your ear in relation to actually getting it sold. If you would, please give me a call back. My direct number is 561-516-2442. Again, 561-516-2442. Thank you. We're down to the last record. It is a very short list. What's up, Scott? Scott is watching live on YouTube, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Mike, Don, Matt, you guys are out there on Facebook. I love all three of you, but please like, subscribe, and join me. Hello, it's Chris Igoe with Remax. I record my calls for training purposes. My records indicate that your property is for sale by owner. Is that true?
Yeah.
Outstanding. I love it. How much are you asking for the home? 350. Outstanding. And how many bedrooms, how many baths?
One bedroom. I mean, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, floor room. Have you got it on the internet? You want to look at it?
Yeah, actually, that's where I found it. And the reason I'm asking the questions is I see it on Zillow and it's giving me some data, but when I look on Trulia, it's different data. So sometimes they syndicate bad information, which is why I was asking the question. Awesome. Okay. So
1 bath, floor room, living room, dining room, kitchen, 3 bedrooms, walk-in closet, front yard, little backyard, 2 side places on it, and 2 eagles out front. So, landscape nice. A lot of stuff inside has been redone, updated stuff.
yeah, sweet. Now, so the house was built in 1926. How old's the roof? Just out of curiosity.
I'm not sure. The flat deck was recently recoated with that silicone 20 or 30 or whatever they call it. The flat deck up top, I think, was redone. I think, I'm not sure. I checked with the wife on that. Probably 10 years ago or something like that.
Okay, sweet. I love it. So let me ask you, are you trying to sell the house by not having it on the market with the real estate professional? Is it because you're trying to save some money on commissions?
We just put it on the internet yesterday.
Yeah.
So, that has something to do with it if we can. So I'm going to try to sell it for a short period of time and see what happens with it. Then if we don't get anything, we might look about listing it with somebody,
Well, I love it. So let me ask you this. If you, and I totally respect where you're coming from, about 30% of my business is actually done by helping people just like you sell their homes. If you knew absolutely for certain that by doing business with us, 2 things would happen. 1, the home will sell. 2, you'll end up with significantly more money, bottom line, than you could get any other way, with or without an agent. Now, I know that's a big promise, but would you at least want to hear more about it? Be honest.
Oh yeah, well that's what I'm going to wait and see. If I've got to pay a small percentage, to somebody to sell it, depending on what they sell it for, that's the whole bottom line.
Yeah.
What you're talking about.
It's got to make sense financially, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you, would it offend you if I ran an analysis on the property as it relates to price and emailed it to you?
No, that's okay.
Cool. What's your best email address? I don't. What is it? Outstanding. And the number that I called you on, is it your cell phone?
Yes, my cell phone.
Okay, cool. So here's what I'm going to do. And just so you know, I'm with Remax Direct. We've got 6 offices down here in South Florida. We've sold 15,000 homes since 2008. We're averaging 1 a day. My whole claim to fame is I'm top 11 in the state of Florida. I get you 98.2% a list, and I do that in an average of 45 days. But what I'd like to do, again, I'm going to email you a pricing analysis so you have it. I'm going to text you my contact information. If you would, save it in your phone so that when I call back, you know that it's me. I'm sure you're getting a ton of phone calls from other realtors, but is it possible to lay eyes on the property and see if it's something we believe we can get you multiple offers on and sell fast?
Well, you mean for me to, or for you guys to look at it, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, you mean take a tour of it and stuff, get inside and things like that?
Yeah, I want to lay eyes on the property and see if it's something we believe we can get you multiple offers on and sell fast.
Yeah, I got you. Well, right now, I'd like to wait a week or so to see, to show it to some people that are looking for it and people that are interested in it before I do anything else.
Cool.
With that, you know, as far as that goes. So, I mean, that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to wait.
Yeah, I totally respect that. I totally respect that. One of the things that we offer, because we do a lot of work with for sale by owners just like you, is called a smart sellers program. And what that means is any buyer that you find for yourself is your buyer. Any buyer that we find, obviously you'd owe us a standard commission on that. But I know we're not talking about finance. We're not talking about any of that right now. What I'd like to be able to do, are you familiar with what a mega open house strategy is?
Not particularly.
Okay, so we're constantly working with buyers. We're constantly advertising our properties. We specialize in finding the one buyer on planet Earth willing to pay more than anybody else. But with the mega open house strategy, I would come there, we would advertise your home. Anybody who's interested in your property, that's your buyer. I don't want a commission for that. But anybody who's not interested in your property, which is going to be most of them, those people I would want the right to be able to work with. So I create a win-win for both of us. You get more people at your house and more potential buyers. We're also finding buyers for ourselves to work with. Is that something you might be able to consider?
Yeah, but not right at the moment on that. You know, I don't want to jump at anything.
Yeah, no, I get it. You're not ready yet. So why don't we do this? Because I do run a high volume business and I get where you're at. I just want the opportunity to be able to lay eyes on the property and see if it's something that we're able to get you multiple offers on and sell fast. Do you have availability this Saturday?
No, Saturday. This whole week is tied up. I got something to go on Saturday, and then Sunday's the Super Bowl. The only thing I can do is next week or the week after. Again, I wanted to give it a little time of my own, you know, to show it to different people that are looking to get their feedback on it, you know, before I make any decisions.
Yeah. So just so you know, we've got listing. We're constantly I'm an expert at digital marketing, right? So what we do is we get our listings. We're constantly advertising them, and we've got an overflow of buyers that are similar to homes like yours, right? So I don't know that it's the right fit for them, but what I can tell you is I'm not going to waste your time. So I would like to go out there. I'd like to lay eyes on the property. Again, no commitment. I'll lay eyes on it, see if it's something that we can work with. But what I will do is let's just book the time so I know I've got it. And then if we've got to reschedule the appointment, we'll do that, you know, based on your schedule. Do you have availability? Let's call it Tuesday of next week.
Well, I'm not sure right now, to be honest with you. I don't want to commit with anything right at the moment. You know, the only thing I can do is you can text me or email me, whatever you want. And then when I'm ready for you to come out, I can call you. We can set up an appointment. That's the only thing I can do right now.
All right. Well, let's do that. And in the interim, let me ask you, when I do sell the property and get you more money than you ever thought possible, will you do an amazing testimonial and tell everybody what a great job we did?
Well, that wouldn't be a problem, but you know, that wouldn't be a problem for me if I was happy with what we got.
That's outstanding. Well, you sound like a tough guy to please, so I got to make sure we do a hell of a job for you.
Yes, all right.
All right. So let me ask you this. So, because I get you're busy and your hands are full, would it be possible to do are you familiar with what a Zoom conference call is?
All right. I mean, I can imagine what it is, but no, not right off here.
Okay. So, you know, real simple. I shoot you an email, you click a link. The next thing you know, we're sharing a computer screen and you can see exactly what I do. What I'd like to do is get 5 minutes of your time to be able to show you exactly how we work with sellers just like you and get them exactly what they want. So do you have availability today for that?
No, not right now. What was your first name, by the way?
My name is Chris. And my last name,
sorry, Chris. Okay, but
yeah, my last name's Igoe. You'll never forget it. Igoe, you go, we all go.
I'm just, yeah, no, that's good, Chris. What I'd like to do before I move forward or anything is, like I said, give it a little time, and then get into this stuff where you're talking about. You know, if that's what I choose to do, then you know that's what I'm doing.
All right, hey, listen, I respect that. What do you think a buyer would pay for your home?
I'd like to get some offers first.
Yeah.
And then, you know, what kind of offers come in, and then got to reevaluate it, and then kind of go with it from there. You know what I mean? See what happens. But I need to get some idea of what people are willing to pay for it first.
Right. So have you?
Around that area, but it is, yeah.
Has anybody? Have you done a pricing analysis on this yet, or are you just kind of setting the number you want?
No, we've looked at prices for homes that are selling around that area, the particular area and stuff. And I think it's got something on it. To me, in my mind, the Eagles out front are something of value for somebody that could appreciate it. To what extent, I don't know. We have a nice fruit garden, planted some fruit trees out front and stuff. So it's got to fit that type of person that likes the historical house and a few other things I think that are attractive on it.
Yeah. Sure. I listen, I respect that. Obviously your house is going to be worth what somebody's willing to pay for it, but let's do this, because you sound like a perfect gentleman. I'm going to run that analysis as it relates to price. I'm going to email that to you. I will text you my contact information, save it in your phone. Again, if there's ever anything we can do to help, we're happy to. Let me ask you, do you know anybody else out there thinking about buying or selling real estate that I might be able to help?
Right at the moment, no, I don't. I mean, I know there's a lot of people looking for homes down around that area. I mean, looking for homes everywhere. So I don't see a whole lot of homes on the market, to be honest, because not affordable. I see a lot of homes up along the lakefront up in West Palm, but they're probably $1 million, couple million and up, some of those homes, but nothing around the 300-400 range.
Yeah.
That I see anymore. Even in other areas, not just around there. But I like that area. It looks like it's coming back, with the downtown and everything else. And
they're revitalizing it.
Over in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've sold 2 on Malvern, just so you know, and another on Cayuga. So I'm very familiar with the historical homes, and we do a lot of great work out there. We're a full-time, full-service real estate team that works together to accomplish your real estate goals. So whatever that is, we're able to help. But all right, listen, so just to confirm, so there's no misunderstanding, I'm going to text you my contact information. I'll email you the pricing analysis, and then I'll just look forward to following up with you here in the future. And if there's anything we can do to help, we'd love to. All right.
That'd be great, Chris. Thanks, man.
All right. Have a great day.
Yes, sir.
Bye. All right. So you can't kiss all the pretty girls, but you can try. And that was me trying, even though he's not a pretty girl. All right. So there was only 3 records to call. I think I pushed that as far as I could. So let's see, just for shits and giggles, there were 3 records to call. How many dials did that translate into? 6? Let's guess. No, that is incorrect. 3 records to call, 4 total dials, 2 contacts made, 0 appointments set. But we have created tremendous momentum, and that is what it's all about. Oh, actually, we did get 1 lead. So that guy is not ready to sell yet. He's insane as far as his pricing is concerned, just to be clear. And I think he knows that. So that's fine. Let him get his teeth kicked in a little bit, make a good impression, get permission to follow up with him, get his email and text, which I did. And now it's a matter of following up with him until he cracks. But hopefully he remembers who I am. And that's it, right? So 4 phone calls, 1 lead for the database, and 14 minutes of work net me 1 potential client down the road. That's what I'm talking about as it relates to momentum. So build momentum, win the day, commit to the process, detach from the outcome, keep pushing, go out there and get some. If there's anything I can do to help, you know where to find me. And as always, if you are even thinking, you or anyone you know is even thinking about moving to South Florida, we would love to help. So send us your referrals. We'll pay you a fat commission, and everybody will be happy. All right, get some.